Well, good morning, folks. Lester here, and I want to welcome you to a beautiful day here at the JL Ranch North property. Just getting here with my girls. We did not camp out here last night in the motel, the JL Motel. We went and saw the Houston Rodeo with Jamie's dad. So I'm getting here this morning. I'm going to go out and feed Rita and Roman. And I'm sure that they're both ready to eat, even though I'm so happy to announce that neither one are standing here staring at me. Let me show you. You know, our little calves have to drink out of that. All of our little calves who like to come inside the barn have to drink that water. And you should not. Oh, Trixie, did you have to shake it all over me? You see Barnadette in here anywhere? Sweetie. Sweet kitty. Barnadette. Kitty, 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 kitty. Rita is over with her protein lick, and Roman is nowhere to be seen. Now, what that tells me is that they're no longer in that habit that we can sometimes find ourselves into, where we just have to have, you know, that next meal. Well, as soon as I say that, Roman's like, wait, I am hungry. What do you mean I'm not hungry? I think he just heard my voice. He's like, Dad's here, time to eat. Gosh darn it. I was trying to make a point, and I don't think that my point was taken. I'm gonna walk over and feed Rita and Roman, but you guys do know that I'm feeding them once a day now, not twice a day. And it's because I really think that with all of the wonderful goodness around us, as far as God's greenness, I've watched these horses graze most of the day, and I don't think, hey sweetie, I don't think they necessarily need as much grain or even green hay. Now, I'll still give the green hay for the nutritional value in it. Looky here. Hey, Roman. Hi, buddy. Hello, sir. Hello, you handsome devil, you. Boy, don't you look good. Don't you look so good and so big. I saw some big horses like you last night. They were pulling a wagon. They were. I hope you guys had a chance to see that part of the rodeo. It was beautiful to watch. And we did see a couple of Clydesdales, a couple of Belgian drafts, and they were just gorgeous. Looky here. Look how neither one of these are just right on my ass as I walk to the barn to feed them. So I hope that tells you something. Now guys, I do know it's windy. You'll have to excuse the audio issues we're having with the wind. Can't control that. And then have I also told you how proud I am of the horses for not using the restroom inside the barn? Look, now they can make a mess. They can, you know, carry a little bit of mud in and whatnot. Hold on, buddy. Let Daddy go in and get your feed. Let me go get your feed ready. You guys give me one moment here, please. Can you give me one moment too? Okay, it's official. I've made one 50-pound bag of grain last for 4 days. So that's about 12 and a half pounds of grain a day, which may not seem like enough, but I do think it is, in the fact that Rita, baby, put your ears pretty. Sweetie, put your ears pretty for Daddy. I love to see you pretty ears. So Rita's not getting near as much as Roman, obviously. And even at that, Roman will walk over and he'll check out how much Rita has. And if he thinks Rita has too much, he'll take a couple of big bites. But I think the most important thing to notice is that Roman looks wonderful. I'm just kind of looking at his body composition, and I think he looks really, really good. And that's what we're just going to keep an eye on, is how his body comp looks. He's not getting too fat. He's not roly-poly. He's not developing that little butt crack thing we talk about. Trixie, you might want to be careful over here, sweetie. But I'm really proud of the fact that they've been in their barn and they're not using the restroom all over the place. I got your green hay, love. Here, look. Here's your hay. There you go. All right, Trixie, please be careful over there. So the horses are blessed with a 16-acre pasture, and there's a few dry spots here and there you can see. But for the most part, there's a lot of green grass growing here. And like I said a few times, this is no longer our winter grass. This is not ryegrass. This is actually their pasture grass. Lots of coastal grass and a little bit of bahia popping up here and there. But it looks wonderful. And I've watched them, and you can find them throughout the day grazing in different sections. So they're getting plenty of grazing in. And we've all talked about the fact that there's more nutrition in God's green goodness than there is in any of those scoops of grain. All right? This is the part where Roman walks over and checks out how much Rita has left. Rita walks over and realizes that Roman has a whole lot more than she does, and she's happy about it. Roman at some point will realize that he made a big mistake. And then I'm going to ask you ladies, how many of y'all can remember a time when your man or your partner sometimes takes from your plate? I've read some of your comments about that before. It happens, y'all. It does happen. All right, we're going to walk out now and go down and check my longhorns out back. Look how good Stella is keeping her distance. Whereas Trixie may be more aware of what's going on around her, Stella's not. Stella's not really a farm dog, and I gotta be real careful with her. And of course, there's Christmas, who's just a happy-go-lucky girl. Hey, sweetie, you're doing real smart to stay over here away from the horses. I'm proud of you for learning that Rita can be quite the firecracker. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up the horse water before I walk out of here. So I can see from here, the cows are on the far hillside. I can see Chuck, and I think that's Jezebel laying right over there. Before I go down and get them up, I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple of jobs in their pasture. One of those jobs is I wanna move those feed buggies up. The same way we take and we limit how much feed our horses get this time of year, grain, I'm going to also limit how much grain our cows are getting. So what I'm going to do is remove this, and then I will go hitch on to those feed buggies and pull those out of our pastures. We're going to go ahead and put all of our hay out. There's no need keeping our hay in with our grass growing the way it is. So you guys join me. And let's go ahead and get all of our hay set out for our cows. Now this is not horse hay. This is cow quality hay, so it's a little bit different. But this first roll, I'm gonna go and set over the fence for the neighbors, even though they have pretty good grass growing off in their pastures as well. I'm just gonna take it and toss it over the fence without having to go all the way inside. And then I'll come back a little bit later and cut all the strings off of it. I'll try to keep it in that exact same spot that I already have. There we go. Well, I've got quite a bit done here today using the tractor. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna still get over here and work on this horse hay a little bit. But I did get all of the red barn cleaned out. And that looks great. I got all of my feed buggies out of the pastures because as of right now, with all this grass, our cows do not need the feed buggies, not every day. What I think that I might do, as long as the cows are all over on the same pasture, is just hook my tractor up to a feed buggy one day, open the doors all the way up on it, pull it in, and drop it off. let it sit there until the next day, like the entire 24 hours. And then I'll bring the tractor back out, hook onto it, and pull it back out. And then we'll do that to each buggy until they're all the way empty. And at that point, I'll go back and refill. Now, I am going to have to keep a really close eye on the cows, because last year, if you remember, we kept the feed buggies out most of the summer, even though we had wonderful grass. But I did end up having to mow this grass twice, and that's a lot of pasture to mow, friends. So I'm going to hope that with the number of cows that we have, which is 24 grass eaters here on 25 acres, I do have several rolls of hay that I went ahead and put out. Hay they probably will not eat, because they're going to always prefer to have green over dry any day. Rita, sweetie, you don't get a feed buggy, love. Rita's like, could I get one of them feed buggies with me? And the answer is no, sweetie. You don't need a feed buggy. So we've got a lot taken care of. What I'm going to do is come over here and take care of this horse hay, kind of sort it back out. We don't need that north wall necessarily anymore. And so I'll stack that horse hay up, and then I will also come back with the bucket on the tractor and smooth out all of that clay there in the front pasture and try to make just make something out of that, friends. I just have to do something with all of that. I can't allow this to sit there and hold water year round. That's horrible. So I do have a busy day. I've been getting a lot done. I did put over a roll of hay for the other cows and horses next door. So what a blessing it is to have the extra hay, even though we didn't need it. It's nice to have the extra hay. And I'll show you real fast that the red barn is all cleaned out. So we got space in here again if we need to do anything. All right.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.